Hello, Leo, Sun sign, and Leo Ascendant. This is your forecast for September 2016. And this month starts out with the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter going through the sign of Virgo and in your second house, which has to do with money and your self-esteem. So, first and foremost, let's actually start with self-esteem. Do you feel worthy of all good things, especially prosperity? Because if you do not, this wonderful energy will pass you by. So get very clear on what your belief systems are. Get very clear on perhaps how you're self-sabotaging yourself, okay? This indicates you have a wonderful opportunity this month to increase your net worth in some way. At the very least, you're going to find ways to save money. But honestly, it's probably both. But if you love yourself and believe in yourself, and if you're focusing on the positive and the good in your life, this will really amplify the positive potential of this energy. So focus on the good, focus on why you're worth prosperity. Now, going back to August 30th, Venus went into Libra. That goes into your third house, okay? And this really indicates that you have a lot of charm, a lot of charisma. There's a saying, he or she could charm the birds out of the trees, and you have that kind of aura about yourself this month. So this is a great time to be in front of a camera or to be in front of a crowd to speak your truth. Again, you're charismatic and people just like you. Maybe they can't even figure out why, but there's just something about that person that is appealing to me or attractive to me. So if there's a need for you to do public speaking or selling or teaching or doing demonstrations in front of people or marketing, this is a great time to do it, okay? Another thing is this could just be a love of learning, a love of knowledge. So wherever Venus goes, it tells me where you're going to find happiness. And for you, being social, number one, and two, knowledge is not only power for you, but it's nurturing. Okay, also on August 30th, Mercury went into the dreaded Mercury retrograde motion, and it'll be that way until September 22nd, also in your second house. So this is some tricky stuff. I'm telling you that you do indeed have opportunities, but I'm also telling you that with Mercury going retrograde, what you need to be aware of is this. You have to be flexible with your plans. If you have a my way or the highway, and Leo is a fixed sign, which means it's deeply entrenched on how things should be, this can be painful. But the universe might disrupt your plans, and you're like baffled. But I would say maybe there's a better way, and the universe is showing you a better way. So be flexible, be adaptable with your plans for making money or with your strategies for becoming more empowered with your money, okay? Now, Mars is moving away from an alignment with Saturn, but it's still going to be in effect until September 10th, and this is in your fifth house, and this is tricky business because first and foremost, wherever Saturn is transiting in your chart, it basically tells you where there can be problems, but it also tells me where you need to be more disciplined. This is a conundrum, seemingly a conundrum, but you need to be more disciplined about enjoying your life. And with Mars aligned with Saturn, it can say that you feel really frustrated. I've got these problems. I'd love to be happy. I'd love to be having more joy in my life, but I've got these issues. And so what I would say for you is do your best to live in the moment. Do your best not to get too amped up or worked up about what is going wrong in your life. So again, I'm going to say this. Focus on the positives in your life. You are moving up in the world, definitely financially, and with finances or with financial power becomes let me say that again. With financial power, you get the luxury of having more freedom and more joy in your life. So be determined to be happy, okay? The first 10 days, you might be really, again, troubled, worried, or even angry about a certain problem, and try to let go and let God as much as you can. Okay, Jupiter goes into Libra on September 9th. That's in your third house. So again, this is going to be similar to Venus in the third. Jupiter, I dare say, is like, as far as Venus, it's like to the second power, meaning there's more joy, there's more opportunities. So this is definitely a time where you need to be more front and center on a social level, putting yourself in front of a crowd, in front of a camera, marketing yourself, speaking your truth. Again, not only a love of learning, but a lust for learning. So knowledge for you is empowering, and you could go back to school in some way, or just, whether it's a traditional way, like going to college, or just doing it on your own. But I can definitely see you over the next year immersing yourself in a topic of fascination and just learning and absorbing everything you can. Now, let's see, September 23rd, Venus goes into Scorpio. That goes into your fourth house, and this is going to be a time when, quite honestly, you're going to become more private. You're going to need to hit the brakes a little bit with social activity and focus more on home and family, and quite frankly, yourself. So this is a good time to relax within the comfort of your home and just soothe yourself. And finally, Mars goes into Capricorn September 27th. That goes into your sixth house. Mars and Capricorn is a wonderful combination. In astrological lingo, it's said to be exalted, which is a fancy way of saying that it's quite comfy in this energy. Capricorn tends to do with status and career, and Mars needs a challenge, needs a battle. And so for you, the battle is career. You're going to win the day. You're going to climb the mountain of success, and there's nothing that's going to stop you. So you could become very passionate about being successful, and this is mostly a good thing because it says that you're going to throw yourself into your endeavors, again, with passion. But you can't overdo it. You can be obsessive, you can be all work and no play, and you can have a tendency to worry about things, or to feel like, if I'm not working all the time, then things are going to fall apart. Not true, not true. You plant your seeds, you nurture them, and at the end of the day, you walk away and you have faith. You let go and let God, in other words. So with that being said, again, believe in yourself, focus on the positive, focus on the blessings in your life, have an attitude of gratitude. You are indeed having a month where you should attract financial opportunities. And with that being said, I hope you have a great month, and if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next month.